Let's then do month of November. If that part resonated, that's what was going on in October. Let's now tap into what's coming in the month of November. In the month of, no, I want to start from these. Do I want to start from these? Yeah, I want to start from these. I want to start from these. Sorry, maybe you're also a little bit undecided. Maybe there are certain things that, it's, I don't know, because you were in such a nice energy in October. Let's see. Let's do 4. What's coming in November for this beautiful collective? What's coming? What's coming? That's nice. Number 44, stability. Maybe you're saying 44 a lot. Maybe you're saying 44 a lot. I am going back to these hawks. It may be, for some of you, it may be spirit animal, or maybe you're seeing hawks as a sign. All right, let's see, what do we have? Let's see what do we have. Master of destiny or victim of fate. Beautiful. Number 36. I feel like you're gonna ground this energy and understanding of this in the month of November. And it's funny because you had elephant for your October. Remember how I was saying that you're really moving through all the obstacles. You have this energy, this fire right now. It's like maybe in the past, because of your avoidance, and avoidant people, I say this to you guys often, they often have these things that they have such a fear of really trying, of really failing, of really, right? Because it comes from low self-esteem as well. So oftentimes when they try something and they're not immediately great at it, the things are not going immediately the way they want to, they instantly give up because they have this fear of trying, of falling and rising, of being that newbie, of that learning. They want to be great. If they're like the last person in the class, you'll probably quit. There's a reason I'm hearing this. And with this elephant, it's like, no. Like you have this newly found energy at drive, which is really beautiful. So master of destiny, victim of fate. There is a fine line between believing in magic of destiny that leads us towards fulfillment and happiness, or cruelty of ruthless faith that we cannot escape no matter what we do. It is true, there are milestones on our path that we cannot avoid, no matter how hard we try. Some are magical, some are challenging, but they have been carefully chosen by your soul before you incarnated. So in the end, you are the puppet master. Ultimately, you always choose how you react to what happens, whether you see it as a blockage or a valuable lesson. Your reaction will determine who you are. Wise souls know there is growth opportunity in every challenge. This is such an important part. This energy is so important for the masculines, because on this journey for a very, very long time, literally sometimes years, you think that you're victims of fate, right? So when you meet your divine feminine, oftentimes masculines, it is you that lay eyes on us first. It is you that recognizes us first. Sometimes it lasts literally hours, right? But in that instant moment in the beginning, the feminine, so the tables really turn twice on this journey. People sometimes forget about this because for the feminine, it may be literally hours, right? But it's the masculine that sees us. You lay eyes on us, you approach with that masculine energy that awakens within you, and we're usually for the first minutes or hours whatever, right? So then the tables turn and you go into your avoidance. So for a very long time, you masculines, you believe that we're very important to you. You believe that we are destined connection. You believe that we knew each other from past lives and that it goes deeper, it goes beyond. But you just think that fate is cruel. It's ruthless cruelty of fate, that fate sends you this woman that is the love of all your lifetime. You're never going to be together because fate is cruel. You don't understand that you are not the victim of fate, that you are master of your destiny. So you do nothing because you think that if something is really meant to be, it's going to happen, but it's not how it works. We have our highest, most abundant timeline, right? And on the journey of life, we have variety of timelines. Every choice that we make connects us to a different timeline. Once we heal, we grow, we surrender, we have the capacity to reach that highest, most abundant timeline. But every choice, we have to make good choices, right? We have to make good choices. And like the card says, there are certain milestones on your journey that are inevitable because your soul chose this. So for example, meeting your divine feminine, no matter where you would go, how you would manage this, universe would orchestrate it. But what's going to happen from then onwards, you have to realize for journey of healing that you have to become the master of your destiny. Start making good choices, start healing, start changing, start changing how you perceive the external world. We really are masters of our destiny, right? And I feel like you were really, we're going to do tarot in a moment, but I feel like you're going to ground this energy in November beautifully. And I'm really liking your cards because you have number 44 as well. What is your truth? What is your truth? I want to read through this as well because this one is important. Internal truth is a key for authentic living, particularly important for masculine energy as it defines your purpose and direction. This card invites you to discover and embrace who you truly are beyond social expectations and external pressures. Living by your internal truth enables you to make decisions in line with your values and purpose, which leads to fulfilling and empowered life. When you know yourself deeply, it's easy to identify what aligns with you and what feels like deception. This creates a sense of self-respect, inner harmony, stability, and peace. You become trustworthy and respected, leading with genuineness and unwavering integrity. Very important for masculines. I feel like November is going to be the month of truth, a month of your internal truth. They're showing me a King of Swords, becoming a King of Swords. So the man, there's so many, there's a journey of Page of Swords to Knight of Swords to King of Swords. It's in the beginning, you learn life, you learn yourself, you start to discover certain things, right? And this truth, that you start to align with this truth on a level of internal self, right? What is my truth? Who am I really? What do I believe in? What do I know to be true? What do I know is part of my destiny? But a moment comes that you have to start to embody that truth, live by that truth, right? So if I really believe that I have a mission in this life, I have to start tapping into the energy of this mission. If I really believe this woman is the other part of me, that I was meant to be with her, I really have to start walking towards that, towards home. If I really believe that certain values in people are not okay, I really have to stop associating myself with these people. I'm hearing November is going to be that month of truth where, again, you're really going to ground your truth. You're really going to start externalizing your truth, which is very beautiful. And we have Mount Everest or Molehill. It's a beautiful card that talks about how are beautiful masculines when you are overthinking. Remember these cards that we had, when you are in your mind, when you are overthinking, you don't have a perspective. And we had that Hawk card, remember? I feel like you're gaining perspective. So for a very long time, and you would have these October and November as well, you're going to have these moments of reflection from the past, right? So you remember what we said, this woman reached out to you, and now you're going to understand how different your outlook from then was than it is now. You will rewatch this video, remember? You rewatch this video and how differently this message hit as it hits now. Maybe it was a video, maybe it was a movie, I'm hearing for some of you. And I feel also you're gonna just be reminiscing on certain things that happened in the past. And I feel for your feminine as well. So maybe the divine will show you a memory when something happened between the two of you, or she did something and it was so serious to you, it was so overwhelming that you went into avoidance and you escaped, and now you realize it was nothing. It was molehill. It was molehill that I made look like Mount Everest. It's this moment, you guys, of realization that masculines, because you are victims of fate, for a very long time you feel that certain things, you will never achieve them. You will never achieve certain careers. You will never achieve certain goals. You will never achieve certain financial status. You will never achieve union with your feminine. It's this glass wall. There's a moment you realize and you understand all along it was me. It was me. It was my limiting belief. It was my lack of self-esteem. It was my avoidance. It was my overthinking. You're gaining perspective. You're gaining perspective. And we have fear of commitment. I feel this is a shadow of yours that you're going to be thinking about November. I feel like November carries such a beautiful energy of, we have an 11/11 portal in the November, which is like a true new beginning, but November carries this very nostalgic energy. And I'm literally seeing someone, maybe you like November. I'm hearing this song, November Rain. I'm not going to sing it. I usually go ahead and sing it. I was about to do it, but this song is difficult to sing. But maybe you like that song. It came to my mind for a reason, but I'm literally seeing someone in like a trench coat in like this foggy day. Maybe you like this vibe, like this. Maybe you like 20s kind of style. Do you know what I mean? Like 1920s. How they were dressing and how they were. Maybe you love wearing trench coats. Maybe you're a little bit of a fashionista. You're like quite elegant, but I feel like November always, maybe something also happened in your life in November, but I feel like November gives you a lot of nostalgia, a lot of this fogginess, a lot of this, it carries this energy. I mean, it depends where you live in the world, to be honest, right? If it's northern or southern hemisphere, and in certain countries, November isn't necessarily, like foggy and and rainy and cold. But I feel like there's this nostalgia around November for this collective, for whatever reason. Maybe you were also, something again important happened in November. I just heard Scorpio as well. Maybe it's a detail for some of you. Maybe you're a Scorpio, or someone important to you is a Scorpio, which is a November child. But I feel like this is a shadow of yours that it's gonna come to the surface in November, and you're really gonna be thinking about this. So let me read through this because it's gonna help you. Fear of commitment and avoidance both originate from the same source. Relationship that brought us pain, betrayal, control, a lack of emotional safety, and heartbreak. Maybe you went through like a difficult heartbreak in November, even if it was years ago. Maybe you really, it's like a month of rain, of tears. I'm really sensing this nostalgia. Those can be relationships with our parents, family members, partners, or friends. If you fear being rejected or losing freedom in a relationship, this fear is rooted in lack of trust towards yourself. No one can really take away your freedom if you don't allow them through strong self-love and healthy boundaries. No one can really reject you if you fully accept yourself. This card is inviting you to commit fully to your authentic self and your truths, and start trusting your own choices. This is it. You guys, this is important. For such a long time, avoidant, distorted masculines, you say to yourself that you don't want commitment because you are this, Casanova, a lone wolf, You don't really understand what true a lone wolf means, because a lone wolf doesn't fear commitment. Lone wolf is just equally happy, single or in a pack, right? So what you fail to understand for a very long time, that people who fear commitment, they really don't have trust towards themselves, right? Because as the card says, no one can take away your freedom if you do not allow them. No one can control you, ever, if you don't allow them. So if you have trust towards yourself, if you have strong self-love and strong boundaries and sense of that internal truth, who I am, what I want, you're not going to manipulate me. You're not going to convince me, because I know who I am. I know what I really want. If you have that sense of self within you, the commitment will not bind you. It will not chain you. And it also comes from a lack of true commitment towards self. If you really commit to yourself, and it's so important for the masculines, if you feel that this resonates, I go to my YouTube. I have a playlist that is called Divine Masculine Masterclass. And on this playlist, there's an episode that talks specifically about fear of commitment, dives into fear of commitment. What are the root causes? How to heal that? How to really address that? So if you feel it resonates, go there and watch that. We have number 7, 7th of November. I just heard as well, 7/11. And 20th, maybe 20th of November as well. These numbers may be important for this collective. So let's do tarot. What's coming for this collective in November? It's raining now. What's coming for this collective? Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands. I am hearing boundaries with this one. I am really hearing that in November, you know what, you were really, I always say this to you guys, and I just said it literally. Boundaries are a byproduct, natural, effortless byproduct of self-love. If you really love yourself, and if you have your own truth, you know who you are, your authentic truth, setting boundaries is not an issue. Right? There's a reason I said to you guys, and chop, MFers. There's a reason I said to you that when you really understand what are your values in life, what is your truth, what you represent, what would you want to teach future generations, if you really understand that, if you're grounded in the energy of your truth, and in front of you stands a person that completely doesn't represent these values, you cut them out. You don't look for excuses. You know, when we're wounded, we're like, and I talk about real values. I don't talk about like petty differences, right? Petty differences that, I don't know, you like comedy and this other person likes, I don't know, like going to the movies, right? I'm talking about true values, right? So for example, I'm just going to give you, it's coming to my mind, but maybe it's actually, you know, it's a fact. When your value is loyalty, you really are a loyal person. You're someone who would never cheat on someone in a relationship. And I'm not the one to say once a cheater, always a cheater. But a cheater is a cheater. Cheating is never about the other person. You don't cheat someone, or you're not cheated because it's your fault, or because this person was not giving you something, or no. Cheater is a cheater. It's something that you can heal from, because I believe in change. I wouldn't be a spiritual teacher if I didn't believe in true change, right? So, but if someone cheats, it doesn't matter that with who they are. They're going to cheat next partner. This is why I always say, if you are starting a relationship, when someone is cheating their partner, they're going to cheat on you as well, right? Logic. Because change also takes time. When you are a cheater, to really understand your errors and to really become a true divine masculine, it's a very long road. For many men, it's not going to be achieved in this lifetime, right? But it's a very long road and a lot of hard work. So you have to have it in you, right? So if you feel like loyalty, an example, is very important to you, and then you realize that you have a person in your environment, like a friend or a colleague that you sometimes go out with, like it's in a group of friends, that you know everyone very well knows that they cheat on their partner, or that they, you know, sleep with multiple people or date multiple people. When you're truly in your truth, you don't hang out with a person like that. You just don't, because they don't resonate. And it's not about judging them. It's not about telling them how to live their life. It's really not. It's also what people misunderstand. And I've heard this once. Someone said this to me, like, oh, if you feel that way, it means that, you know, I'm not judgmental. I'm not judgmental. I understand that someone who does this is deeply wounded. Takes a victim to create a victim. People who cheat, they probably went through this experience or themselves or their parents were cheaters. It's a distortion. Lack of loyalty, it's an incredible distortion. So a healed person would never judge someone like that, right? But I do not want to associate myself with you. right? Because I have my it's that kind of energy. When you really have your truth, your authentic self, you know who you are, you really want to surround yourself with people with same values, because this is how you grow, this is how you expand, right? So I feel that in this collective, you were really, we were hearing the clattering as well. You will really start to just, and it's not gonna, I feel like it's not gonna be impulsive, it's not gonna be abruptive, it's just gonna be hard pass, because it's not in alignment with my truth. And it may not be this exact example that I've given to you. It's probably going to be for some, since it came to my mind, but it may be different things. It's about, I'm hearing it's loyalty maybe, but it may be about work ethics, it may be about life ambition, drive, sometimes values, right? So I'm hearing also equality. So true divine masculines, they don't associate themselves with, once you are in your divine masculine energy, you don't want to associate yourself with men who really don't like women or hate women or are chauvinistic, right? Or any kind of person who has any kind of superiority over others because of race, sex, nationality, whatever that is, right? We have Wheel of Fortune. Okay, we have Three of Wands, and that came with Ace of Wands. I am smelling, we have a lot of wands. I want to do another row for you, okay? Temperance. Yeah, I feel there's going to be a lot of action and a lot of fire within that action, dedicated action, forward movement. But also, there you go, as I said it, forward movement. And I said 7. You guys, write that down in your calendar. Something may happen on the 7th of 11. 7th of 11. But it's going to be done in a very healed way. And you will notice this. You are now really noticing your progress, how you're approaching certain things differently. So maybe in the past, when you would want to cut someone out from your life or really remove certain energy, maybe you already had lessons in life when you had to cut yourself away from certain karmic people, karmic patterns. But I feel like in the past you would have done this in a very abruptive way, whereas now you are really, you matured. It's this elk energy. It's this elk. You matured. It's no longer done. It's what we said with that woman, remember? It's exactly that. So in the past, someone would make you like a dirty offer, someone would say something, and you either wouldn't react, or you would avoid it, or you would leave someone on red. Now you have the maturity to really, with peace and with this grounded, there's a lot of grounded energy in your energy. You close it, because if you, that example with this woman, if you don't respond to her, if you leave her on red, it means that maybe in 6 months or 3 months she's going to reach out to you again, and you're ready to build a completely new life. So you would want to close it. True divine masculine would want to close it, right? The Empress, Wheel of Fortune, and Queen of Wands. I want one more for that Queen of Wands. I feel like it's your internal fire, to be honest. Knight of Wands. You have really nice energy, to be honest. I feel like you will be cutting some ties with certain people. I feel like you're going to be, you know what? I'm hearing aligning your life with truth. Aligning your life with truth. That's what I'm hearing. The wheel is turning. I feel like more and more you start to, this collective, you would slowly start to feel into your highest, most abundant timeline. Remember, we mentioned this. It's like you want to take action right now. You want to take action. I'm hearing you want to live with more mature passion. I want one more for what is this action about? This last sort of a column that we have here. Okay, we have truth as well. it's like there's this energy of you want to put in more effort into certain things and into your life. It's this energy of collaboration. I really feel like you no longer, this collective in the month of November, through this nostalgia, through these lessons that you're going to be learning, I feel like you really want to, it's this final declutter. It's this alignment. It's like you would feel that you're about to embark on a bit of a new journey, right? And subconsciously you're feeling that you don't want anything in your life that doesn't align with your values, with your truth, with your mission as well, with what you're passionate about. There's this, at the end of November, I'm feeling from 7th to 20th. It's like something may happen on the 7th till leading to the 20th. It's like the last week of November, you're really gonna catch this incredible passion. It's going to be a bit peaceful in the beginning, right? In the sense of, with this peace and strong self and self-love, you're really going to start moving forward, but not forward with this, yeah, let's do this, chop MFers, but this very gently, with this mature Daniel Jackson energy, that what we said in previous part. You're just going to be starting to slowly and very, calmly, maturely saying no to certain things that don't align. Saying no to certain things that don't align. And I feel like because of that, you're going to be feeling more and more better in life. And somewhere around that 3rd week, right? So maybe something will trigger this process on the 7th, but somewhere around the 20th of November, you will really feel like luck is on your side, like the wheel is turning, like the wheel of fortune is turning, like certain things, it's time to bring them into fruition. It's really time for movement in life. And this is the moment when you're really gonna catch that fire within, that fire, but that mature fire. It's time for action, I'm hearing. It's time for action. It's time for speaking my truth. It's time to, I'm hearing as well, collaboration, to really work with those that you were meant to work with, right? I want to pull a couple of these. I rarely use them, but I was really guided to pull maybe 4. Number 38. One more. Okay, so what do we have here? We have number 38. You are rare and free. There are not many like you. I feel like you will realize that, I feel like for a very long time, this collective, you really had low self-esteem. You really thought you were a victim of fate. You really didn't see your magic. You really you've matured in a way that you will realize that as you look around, and it's part of this journey, you guys, it's part of this journey. And it's not, we have to keep humility at that moment, because it's not about realizing that, but really those of us on this journey that were truly meant to awaken, that were truly walk a path of spiritual teachers, we really don't resonate with that many. It's 5% of us. And of course, we attract each other. So, you're going to be, always resonating with your counterpart. You're always going to have some soulmates around you. But most people, we're here to teach them. We're here to guide them. We're not meant to resonate, but it has to have energy of compassion and humility within. So I feel like I feel this mature energy within you. I feel like you will realize for the first time that I am a little bit different, but it's for a reason. I have the power within me to show people that things can be done differently. This is why you're no longer going to be cutting ties abruptly, right? It's like, I'm sensing that you're going to feel it. I keep going back to this woman, right? This snake woman from the past, right? Who will reach out to you. I feel like when you will be about to respond to her, you already responded, and we say that it happened in October, or maybe, right? it's going to be like you will want to do this in a mature and a compassionate way, but you will want to say something that would suggest, it's like you don't want her to do this either. Do you know what I mean? It's like you learned your lesson that life is not about shallow intimacy and lust and, you know, internet dates. So you learned this, so it's like you want others to learn as well. That's what I'm hearing, which is something that, you know, you have to learn, and it has to pass, because everyone has the right to make their own mistakes. Not everyone is on the last lifetime, right? But it's really, you will realize that you really are different. Change in the night. You have changed quickly. You have changed quickly. 11, and did 11. Number 11. This portal is going to be powerful for you as well. 1111. 1111. You've changed. You will realize how much you've changed. And you know what I'm hearing as well? I don't want to say it, but I've heard it. I've heard it. I just want to lift my... No. You changed overnight. You know what I always say? The Satori happens in one day. It's an instant awakening. Awakening of a masculine. It's really overnight. But you already changed so fast. Curious and curiouser. Discovery, inquiry, weirdness, curiosity. Maybe you are a very quirky person, bizarre, very curious person. And we have choices. We have choices. Feeling blocked, restrained. And I was looking at this Two of Swords. There may be some difficult choices, you know. There may be some difficult choices that you will have to make. But just allow yourself to be guided with your inner truths. That's all. Allow yourself, you know your truth at this point. It's very beautiful. I feel like it's going to be a very transformative month that lasts. You're really going to feel that peace of that elk. That maturity of the divine masculine. That peace of that elk. And I feel like that last week something's going to happen that it's going to be like, boom, really call for action, for ignition, and whatever is it that you're now about to do on your journey, and you're going to be guided to, I feel like you're going to know. Remember what we said in the beginning, this collective? We said in the beginning that you still in the month of October, and still right now, probably as you're watching this video, you would wait for your sign. I feel that at the end of November, that final week of November, free or free on a timer, this is going to be that moment that you're going to know something that you must do, and you will not need a sign. You will not need a confirmation. You will not need a go from your guides. You will know. You will know. I hope this was helpful. I love you so incredibly much. I wish you an amazing month of November, and I will see you soon.